Hey everyone, this is Gino James, and welcome back to another episode of Kirby Superstar Ultra. In the last episode, we tackled Helper to Hero, and in today's episode, we're going to begin the True Arena. The last battle, without a doubt, beat 10 tough foes, including the final 4. All the new bosses are here. Beat him to be the true master. Now, as I did with the other two arenas, I'm just going to go with Hammer. And also, much like last time, this is again just a bunch of post-commentary. But this time I only included the successful run. So no more of watching me fail for like 8 minutes. So I guess first of all, I'll talk about what makes the arena different from... what makes the arena different from the True Arena. So, the True Arena, as you can probably tell, uses the revenge bosses from Revenge of the King. So it has the more difficult versions. It has the extra mini bosses they took from the other GBA and DS games. It has Kabula in it. And as you saw, it also has 4 special bosses at the end. The 4 bosses, well, the 3 bosses from the other modes, and an entirely new boss. The first of the soul bosses that are now a recurring thing in the series. In this case, Mark's Soul. Now, before I go on my big tangent that I plan about the copy abilities in the game, I figured I would just talk about my thoughts on Mark's Soul here, because I'm probably not going to bring it up when we actually get to it. I like Mark's Soul. It's still not challenging. I actually think Galactonite is a more challenging fight than Mark's Soul, especially since Galactonite feels more built around Meta Knight's playstyle as opposed to Kirby's. Plus, Galactonite has like much more like erratic attacks and stuff that just makes it hard to follow. As opposed to Mark's Soul, where you can kind of tell what's going on. Now, it's not just that's different about True Arena. True Arena also only offers 1 copy ability between each round, and has only half tomatoes as opposed to full maximum tomatoes, which makes health a bit of a struggle, and is the reason why I failed like 30-40 times off camera. I'm not even joking. I have like an extra 30-40 minutes, maybe even an extra hour's worth of just failed attempts at Galactonite and Mark's Soul. Because like I wasn't even restarting between the attempts. I was doing it off like a save state, so I had like half health going into each of the fights. But I did eventually pull off that one good run, and you'll see that here in the video. But yeah, now the thing that I said I was going to do really early on, and that is we're going to talk about all of the various copy abilities that exist throughout the game. So I already have up a list of every copy ability from the game, and I'm going to read out each of their descriptions, and I'm gonna actually, you know what? Yeah, let's rank them. I wasn't originally gonna do them in like a ranking style, but I decided, you know, why not? Because frankly, I have enough time on my hands. So, while we're just fighting the boss, let's go through each of them, based off chronologically, or not chronologically, alphabetically off the Kirby wiki. So first, we have Beam. Flailless beam like a whip. that has many useful attacks. Try to store up a super shot. Now, I actually really like Beam. I think if I had to rank it, I'd probably put it in maybe A tier. I don't know. It's not one of my favorites, but it's certain. Well, actually, I mean, yeah, it is kind of one of my favorites. But in general, it's pretty decent, frankly. Let's see, Bomb is next. Grab a bomb and hold the button to set the throw angle. Toss it and it'll go kaboom. Now, frankly, I'm not actually that big a fan of Bomb. Like, not even in the modern games. Actually, I'll say this. I do have one complaint about the modern Kirby games. They changed the Bomb hat for some reason from it being the Poppy Bros Jr. hat to now just being this weird sort of pointed hat. I'm not a fan of how they did that. But in general, Bomb isn't something that I really use all that often. I feel that it's just too situational, and it doesn't do all that much damage. And it's mostly for ranged attacks, and I'm not really like a ranged attack kind of user. I prefer to get up there and do stuff. So let's see, next one is Cook. What's on today's menu? Put all your foes in the pot and stew them to perfection. Yeah, Cook's one of the single-use ones. I like its visuals the most, but I'm just gonna rank these separately since they're not, like, at all different. Next is Copy. Use a strange light to analyze and then copy foes' abilities. Might you learn weird ones? Copy, I'm just gonna put an F. Like, Copy is not useful outside of multi-way wishes, and you need to go out of your way to get it there, because they don't tell you about it, and it's kind of just some random star in the middle of the world map. But overall, I enjoy not having to use Copy throughout the game. Next is Crash. KO all foes with a big boom, but be careful, this ultimate weapon has only one charge. Once again, I'm just going to rank this separately. Then now back to the real abilities. We have Cutter. Throw a boomerang all over, slash, jab, strike. You can even cut ropes. You see, Cutter's a weird one for me, because while it is mostly a ranged thing, it does allow you to do a lot of melee combat, and I feel it's pretty useful for that. Final Cutter is a really good combo move. But I think I'm gonna have to rank it in B tier. Mostly just because I don't think I really use it all that much. It's better than Bomb, which I'd rank maybe like C or something. But it's not as good as like Beam or some of the later stuff. But this next one is certainly an S tier, because this next one is Fighter. Hi-ya! Hold the B button longer for a stronger blow. That punch is an instant KO. Fighter is one of my favorites. Not only does it have such an obvious and good design, but it's also just really fun to play as. I love all the combos you can do with it. I love the rising break uppercut. Plus it just does a lot of damage. Next on the list is Fire. Burn bright with firepower like the fuse. Yow! Ha! You're on fire, man! Yow! I think Fire's also a weird situation. I think I'll put it in B alongside Cutter. The issue is that I feel that the standard flamethrower is a bit too standstill for me to really work. And while the burning, what's it called, the dash move they inherited from Burning is really useful, I feel that it only works well when it's on enemies, not bosses. I feel a lot of my S tier ones, but even some of the A tiers, work well on bosses and normal enemies. But Fire isn't in that sort of situation. Next is my favorite. We all know what it is. It's Hammer. This hammer packs a wallop. Punish states and blocks. When it's on fire, foes beware. Now, y'all know already that Hammer is going to be my S tier. Hammer is just such a useful thing, I feel. It does so much damage. It is really versatile. And honestly, I'd go more on about it, but I'm at a time limit here. Then there's Ice. Freeze, post of icy breath. Kick ice cubes into others. When you dash, you skate. I really like Ice. I was gonna rank it the same tier as Fire, which is B, but I like the design more, so I'm gonna put it in A. Then there's Jet. This is gonna be a D tier already. Strap jet power to your back. Hold the B button to charge and let go to hit Mach 5. I don't have any issue with Jet, it's just not useful. Like, it's better than Copy because at least it has a purpose in, like, 2 situations. I'm still not a fan of it. Once again, Mike. Ow, bow, bow. Oh, yeah, yappa jabba, yeah. Sing 3 times to silence all. I think Mike is fine. It's just another insta-kill. Next is Mirror. This mirror has odd powers. Deflect projectiles or project doubles of yourself. It's more or less just better beam. I feel... I'm gonna put NS, but mostly because its shield attack, like, protects you from way more than most other things do. Then there's Ninja. Hide in shadows and darkness. Use ninja skills on your mission. You're a ninja. A ninja! Cool. You know, I like Ninja. Though I'm not a fan of its design, so I'm ranking it B instead of A. Next is Paint. Now is your chance to use it. A special one-time copy ability. Paint the town all of 7 colors. Paint is fine. It's not anything special. It's just another insta-use. Not as good as Cook, but better than Crash and Mike. This is Parasol. Guard against falling objects. Roll to attack or just drift, or do a parasol throw. I think I'm gonna rank this as C, because I don't ever use Parasol. It's better than Bomb, but it's still not all that great. Above it is Plasma. Tap the control pad to make and store an electric charge. Plasma shots go through walls. It's better. It's probably a B tier. Sleep. Just a little while longer, please let me sleep. Sleep. I'm not gonna rank it either. Next is Stone. God, I remember making the Dwayne The Rock Johnson reference back in the part 4 or whatever. Pound, pound, crush, change into many heavy forms. When you're on slope, you'll slide. I like Stone. It's going in C tier. It's only useful for pegs. But the shapes are cool. Next is Suplex. This burns with fighting spirit. Grab foes and throw them. Learn all 8 throws to be a champ. You see, Suplex is the opposite of, of Fighter. Because unlike how I love Fighter, I absolutely hate Suplex and never use it. This gets to be the other F tier alongside Copy. But after that is an S tier, because we have Sword. You wield the King of Blades. At full health, you shoot beams. Show your sword mastery. But yeah, Sword, versatile, great move, great design with the link cap and all that. Great overall. Next is Wheel. Roll to be nearly invincible or ride a wheel helper. Beware thorns and holes. You see, Wheel I'm heavily conflicted about. I'm gonna give it a C, but it's mostly just because despite it not being good at all for combat, despite the temporary invincibility from the turning around, Wheel's just really fun to play as for like movement and stuff. Plus the Wheelie Rider is such a good ally that I'm just gonna give it points for that. But I guess Wheelie Rider technically has a its own thing, I guess, because of... I mean, I guess technically it counts as its own thing. Hop on your bike, Wheelie Rider. Go for a drive with a friend. Use teamwork to roll ahead. With that in mind, I think I might actually bring Wheel back down to D and put Wheelie Rider at, like, B or something. Because, like, the fun of just driving around on it, like, overpowers the fact that it's not at all useful for combat. Then there's Wing. Mid-air spins and shuttle loops. Spread your wings and fly, little Kirby. Doesn't that feel good? Wing is in the same situation as Wheel, I feel. But it's a bit better for combat, so I'll rank it as B on its own. Then there's Yo-Yo. This isn't just any yo-yo, swing up and down, or break spin. Try to make them all look cool. I like Yo-Yo. It has a cool design, though I don't find myself using it often. I'll give it a B. And then finally there is the Starship, which I did not even realize that it had a description. So apparently this actually has two descriptions. One when you're fighting the nucleus of Galactic Nova, where it says, "The lights of the starry path cross and a starship appears. Now stop Marx's mad plan." But there's one when you're fighting Kabula, and it says, "The starship comes just in time. Your foe is Kabula, Skylord. It's the team's flying fortress." Starship is just another weird situational one, so I'll just rank it with the other single-use stuff. But yeah, that's my entire thing for the copy abilities from this game. I can tell myself that I've gone a bit off track, and I've actually, my audio is currently surpassing my video footage, so I'll just have to put in like a tier maker thing on screen or something. Yeah, with that in mind, I guess that was True Arena. Y'all saw how kinda okay I did. And that's also my tier list of all copy abilities. But with that in mind, we only have one video left of the series. So next time on Kirby Superstar Ultra, we will be playing through all of the different mini-games, like Samurai Kirby and Megaton Punch and stuff like that. But with that in mind, I will see you all next time.